My beloved sisters, have you ever wondered why some women walk through storms yet never lose their smile? Why some hearts remain calm when the world tries to break them? It's not luck, it's not coincidence, it is the power of Allah's protection. Today, I want to share with you 4 signs that a woman is wrapped in a shield of divine care, safe from negative energy, and walking under the umbrella of Allah's mercy. Inner peace through faith is one of the most beautiful gifts Allah grants to those who trust Him completely. A woman who carries faith in her heart does not allow the noise of the world to disturb her calm. She knows that life will have its share of trials, heartbreaks, and disappointments, but her heart rests in the knowledge that nothing happens without the permission of Allah, and whatever He allows has wisdom behind it. This faith becomes her anchor when the winds of difficulty blow, keeping her firm when others feel shaken. You see, negative energy feeds on fear, doubt, and hopelessness. When a person panics, loses trust in Allah, or constantly thinks about what could go wrong, the doors to anxiety and stress open wide. But faith closes those doors. It whispers to the heart, Allah is with you. He knows your pain, He hears your prayers, and He will never abandon you. When a woman believes this deeply, her heart stops racing with worry. She learns to breathe through challenges because she knows the one who controls the storm can calm it in a second. Faith teaches her patience. It reminds her that every hardship has an expiry date and every tear is counted by Allah. Instead of saying, why me? She says, oh Allah, help me through this, for you know what I do not. This mindset turns her pain into a prayer and her struggles into a path toward closeness with her Creator. That closeness itself becomes the shield that keeps negative energy away. Moreover, a faith changes the way she looks at life. Instead of complaining about what she does not have, she starts seeing the blessing she already holds. Gratitude fills her heart, and a grateful heart is too busy counting blessings to be poisoned by envy, anger, or fear. This is why inner peace through faith shines on her face, in her words, and in her actions. People feel calm just being around her because she carries the tranquility that comes only from trusting Allah completely. Faith, therefore, does not remove the storms of life, but it gives her the strength to walk through them with dignity, grace, and unshaken peace. Closeness to Allah in worship is like building an unbreakable wall of protection around the heart. A woman who makes her prayers, her du'as, and her remembrance of Allah a priority carries a light within her that no darkness can extinguish. When she bows her head in sujood, it is not just a physical act, but a moment where her heart pours out its fears, hopes, and secrets to the one who never tires of listening. In those quiet moments of worship, she feels safe, as though the entire world fades and only her Creator remains. This connection with Allah is not limited to the 5 daily prayers alone. It is the soft whisper of Astaghfirullah when she seeks forgiveness, the sincere Alhamdulillah when she sees a blessing, and the hopeful Ya Allah when she feels lost. Worship becomes her lifeline, a rope she holds tightly to when the winds of negative energy try to sway her faith. Each verse of Quran she recites brings down tranquility into her heart, pushing away the whispers of fear, envy, and doubt that try to end. You see, the heart that remembers Allah often is protected by Him. The Prophet has taught us that hearts rust like iron, but the remembrance of Allah polishes them until they shine again. When a woman engages in dhikr, reciting Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, and La ilaha illallah, she's not just uttering words, she's building layers of light around herself that negative forces cannot penetrate. Even fasting, charity, and acts of kindness fall under her worship. These actions purify the soul, soften the heart, and invite Allah's mercy into her life. A merciful heart is a strong heart, and strength rooted in faith leaves no room for negativity to thrive. Most importantly, closeness to Allah through worship teaches her reliance on Him alone. She learns that people may fail her, the world may disappoint her, but Allah will always be there, closer than her jugular vein. This certainty allows her to walk through life with confidence and serenity because she knows that the one who controls all affairs is guiding her steps and protecting her from harm, both seen and unseen. A circle of righteousness is one of the greatest shields Allah blesses a woman with to protect her heart, her faith, and her peace from negative energy. The people we surround ourselves with either lift us toward goodness or drag us into darkness. A woman who keeps company with those who remember Allah often finds her own heart softening, her faith strengthening, and her path becoming clearer. It is said that hearts are like mirrors, they reflect what they are exposed to. If she is surrounded by hearts filled with light, kindness, and faith, that same light reflects into her own life, making it difficult for negativity to find a place to sit. When a woman chooses friends who remind her of prayer, who speak words of encouragement rather than gossip, who advise her sincerely rather than mock her struggles, she has already built a barrier against so much harm. Negative energy thrives in circles of envy, backbiting, and ingratitude, but it weakens where people gather to make dua for one another, to share knowledge, to discuss blessings, and to support each other in times of trial. A righteous circle does not mean perfect people. It means people who help each other become better, who lift one another when one falls, who point toward Allah when someone feels lost. The Prophet Chopra said that a person is upon the religion of their close friends, so one must be careful whom they befriend. This wisdom shows how much the people around us influence our thoughts, emotions, and even our faith. Such a circle also brings emotional safety. A woman can speak without fear of judgment, seek advice without worry of betrayal, and share her struggles knowing that instead of becoming gossip, her pain will become a prayer in someone else's dua. This kind of environment keeps the heart soft and positive, making it hard for jealousy, arrogance, or bitterness to grow. Most importantly, a righteous circle reminds her of the bigger purpose of life. When others around her speak of Jannah, of gratitude, of patience, she naturally finds her own heart leaning toward goodness. And when hearts are busy remembering Allah together, there is little space left for negative energy to creep in. Strength in modesty and morals is one of the most powerful shields a woman can have against negative energy. When a woman values herself through the lens of faith, she understands that her worth does not come from people's opinions, trends, or fleeting attention, but from the honor Allah grants to those who uphold dignity and character. Her modesty becomes a reflection of her self-respect and her connection with her Creator. It protects her from those who wish to harm her spiritually or emotionally, because she does not live to please the world, she lives to please Allah. Modesty is not only about outward appearance, though that is an important part of it. It begins deep within the heart. It is the humility that prevents arrogance, the kindness that stops harshness, and the sincerity that keeps her intentions pure. A modest heart does not seek unnecessary attention or validation. Instead, it shines through good manners, gentle speech, and a graceful way of carrying herself. Negative energy often clings to hearts filled with pride, envy, or a desire to impress others, but it struggles to remain where humility and sincerity dwell. Her morals also become a source of strength. When she refuses to engage in gossip, dishonesty, or harmful behavior, she keeps her soul clean and her conscience light. The Prophet had taught that true strength is not in physical power but in controlling one's anger, desires, and tongue. A woman who guards her speech, chooses kindness over cruelty and honesty over deceit, naturally distances herself from environments where negativity thrives. Moreover, modesty in behavior and morals commands respect. People think twice before speaking ill or acting unjustly toward someone who carries herself with dignity and fear of Allah. This respect is not demanded, it is earned through consistent character. Her presence becomes peaceful rather than chaotic, respected rather than ridiculed, trusted rather than doubted. When a woman combines modesty with strong morals, she walks with an invisible shield around her. She knows her value is defined by her faith and character, not by what the world demands from her. And because she stands firm on principles that please Allah, she remains under His special protection, far from the reach of negativity. Gratitude and contentment are like two wings that lift the heart above the reach of negativity. When a woman trains her heart to focus on what she has rather than what she lacks, she invites peace into her life. Gratitude opens the door to blessings, because Allah promises in the Quran, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you." This increase is not only in material things but also in peace of mind, barakah in time, love in relationships, and lightness in the heart. A grateful heart becomes too busy counting blessings to be consumed by envy, bitterness, or complaint. Contentment, on the other hand, teaches her that happiness is not in having everything she desires, but in appreciating what Allah has already given. Many people spend their lives chasing what they do not have, comparing themselves to others, and feeling empty no matter how much they gain. But a woman who practices contentment realizes that true richness is not in possessions, but in the soul that says, Alhamdulillah, in every situation. Whether she has little or plenty, whether life is smooth or challenging, she finds comfort in the belief that Allah has chosen the best for her at every moment. Gratitude also changes her perspective during hardships. Instead of falling into despair, she searches for lessons, for hidden blessings, for ways the situation might bring her closer to Allah. Even in pain, she thanks Allah for the strength to endure, for the people who support her, for the faith that keeps her going. This mindset weakens the power of negative energy, because negativity thrives on complaints, jealousy, and dissatisfaction, but gratitude leaves no room for these poisons to grow. Moreover, a grateful and content heart spreads positivity to others. People feel at ease around someone who is not constantly complaining, comparing, or criticizing. Her calmness and optimism become contagious, making her a source of comfort rather than stress. She appreciates people, moments, and blessings, big or small, and this appreciation brings harmony into her relationships and her own soul. In the end, gratitude and contentment free her from the chains of negativity by teaching her to trust Allah's plan, cherish the present, and live with a heart full of peace and hope. Reliance on Allah's plan is one of the strongest shields a woman can have against negative energy because it transforms the way she sees life, struggles, and even success. When she believes deeply that nothing in this world happens without Allah's knowledge and wisdom, she stops carrying the unnecessary burden of trying to control everything. Her heart rests in the certainty that the same Lord who created her, who knows her tears before they fall and her prayers before she speaks them, is the one writing her story with perfection. This trust becomes her peace. You see, most negativity enters the heart when we question why things happen a certain way, when we compare our lives to others, or when we feel life is unfair. But a woman who relies on Allah's plan believes that even the delays, disappointments, and difficulties are part of a bigger picture she cannot yet see. She knows that sometimes Allah withholds what she wants to give her what she truly needs, and sometimes He closes doors because what lies behind them may harm her soul. This mindset makes her patient when things go wrong and humble when things go right, because she knows both are from Allah. Reliance on Allah also gives her courage. She takes steps in life, makes efforts, and chases dreams, but she ties her heart only to Allah, not to the results. If she succeeds, she says, Alhamdulillah, Allah made it possible. If things do not go as planned, she says, there is higher in this too, even if I cannot see it now. This surrender removes the fear of failure because she understands that nothing is truly a loss if it brings her closer to Allah. Moreover, this reliance keeps her away from jealousy and comparison. She does not look at someone else's blessings and feel bitter because she trusts that what is written for her will reach her, and what passes her by was never meant for her. This certainty closes the door to envy, despair, and hopelessness, leaving her heart light and content. A woman who relies on Allah's plan walks through life with peace, knowing that the one who holds the entire universe is also holding her heart, her future, and her destiny with absolute care. My beloved sisters, as we reflect on these signs of Allah's protection, inner peace, through faith, closeness to Allah in worship, surrounding ourselves with a circle of righteousness, strength in modesty and morals, gratitude and contentment, and complete reliance on Allah's plan, we realize that true safety from negative energy does not come from the world around us, but from the connection we build with the one who controls everything. When a woman nurtures her heart with faith, guards her character with dignity, fills her tongue with remembrance, and walks through life with gratitude and trust, she becomes untouchable by the negativity that consumes others. Allah Himself becomes her protector, her helper, and her guide. So, my sisters, let us strive to build these qualities within us. Let us seek Allah's closeness, trust His wisdom, and live with hearts full of faith and gratitude. For a woman under Allah's protection carries a light so strong that no darkness, no envy, and no evil can ever overpower her. May Allah make us among those women whose hearts remain firm, whose souls stay at peace, and whose lives shine with the blessing of His divine care. Ameen.